Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hasanatul Husna binti AZLEE, matric number 11921003. So I will be presenting this draft sheet in the Magistrate Court of Kuala Lumpur in the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Public Prosecutor and I demand Burhan Ajak and Chikudin. So the justification on the jurisdiction of court here is, in this draft sheet, I demand Burhan Ajak Chikudin will be brought first to Magistrate Court for the charge of kidnapping read upon them, and it is undeniable the offence of kidnapping under Section 3 of Kidnapping Act, punishable with death penalty, and hence shall be tried in High Court, but now at the stage where the charge will be read. So the accused person will be brought before a magistrate for charge to be read upon him and not for him to be tried. Then this case will be transferred to High Court for trial based on Section 177 of CPC. Other than that, the issue of local jurisdiction of the court, as the offence in the present case were committed at different place and different time. Hence, pursuant to Section 125 of CPC, if the scene of offence is uncertain, it may be inquired or tried by court having jurisdiction over any such of local areas. In this case, I have decided to bring this case and read the charge of kidnapping at Magistrate Court of Kuala Lumpur, where it has jurisdiction due to the offence was first committed and started with kidnapping at Kuala Lumpur, while the other 4 offences committed at different other places. So the charge here is that I demand Burhan Ajak Chikudin on 12 April 2022 at about 9 am at Jalan AZLEE, Kuala Lumpur in Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, in furtherance of common intention to obtain ransom at 1 million, had wrongfully confined Tom Rizzo and Jessica Rogers by kidnapping both Tom Rizzo and Jessica Rogers. Hence, all of you hereby committed an offence of kidnapping, which is punishable under Section 3 of Kidnapping Act 1961 together with Section 34 of the Penal Code. The punishment here is, if found guilty and convicted, shall be punished with death penalty or life imprisonment or whipping upon conviction. So here we can see that the fundamental element of the charge has been complied with, where according to Section 152, Clause 1 and 2, every charge must precisely state the offence, and here the kidnapping is the offence. And according to Section 152(4) of CPC, kidnapping is punishable for death penalty or life imprisonment or whipping upon conviction that fall under the penal law. So Section 3 of Kidnapping Act 1961 is appropriate section to be used to charge the accused, and Section 34 of Penal Code also can be included as it is the offence recognised under penal law. And then the reason Section 3 of Kidnapping Act 1961 used in charging these 3 accused persons, because the element of kidnapping under this section is fulfilled, whereby I demand Burhan Ajak Chikudin were intended to wrongfully confine both the victims, Tom Rizzo and Jessica Rogers, for ransom at 1 million. So the element of actus reus and mens rea have been proven. And lastly, in regard to the rule against joinder, the general rule is 1 charge for 1 accused and every charge must be tried separately. However, I use the exception under Section 170 of CPC, whereby if the accused person more than 1 person, or known as joinder of the offender, they can be tried jointly in 1 trial when they are committing the same offence or different offences in the same transaction. And we also refer to the case of Amri Talai. So in applying to this current case, the element under Amri Talai case have been satisfied, whereby there is proximity of time and place in which Tom Rizzo and Jessica Rogers were kidnapped near the office in KL at 9 am on 22 April, and Tom Rizzo was murdered at 9:45 pm on 24 April. The action was continued from kidnap to murder after the family failed to provide the ransom at 1 million. There is also community of purpose and design in which all these 3 accused persons kidnapped and murdered the same subject matter, who is Tom Rizzo. Hence, I demand Burhan Ajak Chikudin and shall be charged jointly for the same offence of kidnapping in 1 trial at the Magistrate Court, which will be comprised with other transaction of offence, which is the murder, placed under the different charge. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Firstly, this charge will be read to the accused at the Magistrate Court. According to Section 63 of the Subordinate Court Act 1948, Session Court shall have the power to try all criminal offences except an offence punishable with death, while Section 302 of the Penal Code clearly mentions that an offence of murder shall be punished with death. This clearly indicates that the case of murder shall be commenced in the Magistrate Court, since it involves the punishments of death. Additionally, there are 3 accused in this case that can be jointly tried for the offence of murder, which are Aidimas, Borhan Hajar, and Chikoden. All 3 of these accused will be tried for the offence of murder by causing the death of Tom Rizzo. Furthermore, in order to comply with the prohibitions against the rules of misjoinder, each charge must be tried independently as specified under Section 163(63) Clause 2 of the Criminal Procedure Code. Nonetheless, there are 4 exceptions to the charge to be tried in a single trial. One of it is the rule stated in Section 170 of the Criminal Procedure Code, which allows 2 or more accused to be tried jointly in a situation where the offence was done by 2 or more accused within the same transactions. To link to the current case, all of the accused were jointly charged for the offence of murder because there is no definite evidence that shows who is the culprit, so they were charged together for the offence of murder within the same transactions. Finally, and equally important to this case, is Section 34 of the Penal Code, which mentioned that when a criminal act was done by several people, the act was considered as an act done alone and it was regarded as a common intentions of all of the accused. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FATIN or DALILAH binti ZAMAN, and I will move on to the next charge, which the charge would be on gang robbery. And firstly, in this charge, it would be read to the accused and they would be tried in the session courts, since session courts has wider jurisdiction than the magistrate court. According to Section 64 of Subordinate Case Act, the Session Court has criminal jurisdiction to try all criminal offences except for the offences punishable by death, and I believe the Magistrate Court has no jurisdiction to hear the matter for gang robbery as it exceeded its jurisdiction. Next, following that, in this charge, there will be the 3 accused will be charged altogether for the gang robbery under Section 391 of Penal Code, which are Aidiman, Borhan Hajar, and Chikoden, as the element of gang robbery, and I believe had been fulfilled as they had carried away the property obtained by the theft and wrongful restrained such property in the gang robbery. Next, nevertheless, even if the accused had not been involved in the gang robbery directly, he will be charged with the same charge as Section 391, provided that a person is jointly concerned in committing or attempting to commit such robbery shall be liable for gang robbery. And this section will be read together with Section 34 of the same code, which said that a common intention, whereby each person is liable for the act in the same manner as if the act were done by him alone. Next, in this trial, all the accused will be tried jointly. Although there are rules against joint of accused person or joint trial, however, there are several exceptions under Section 170 of the CPC. It stated that there are circumstances that allow for joint trial. For example, there is abatement or attempt to commit the same offense. Hence, in this case, since all the accused had committed gang robbery together, they should be tried jointly in the trial. And as such, if the alleged accusation proven to be true, they will face the punishment under Section 395 of the Penal Code, whereby if found guilty and convicted, they shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 20 years and also liable for whipping. That's all for the charge for gang robbery.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad RIFQI bin ABDUL and my matric number is 1192112. Next, we shall take a look into the charge of voluntarily causing hurt. Section 63 of the Subordinate Court Act 1948 states that a session court has jurisdiction to try all the offences other than those punished by death. However, it should also be noted that Section 177 of the CPC allows the case to be transferred in a vertical transfer. And in the current case, the offence that was committed by the accused was voluntarily causing hurt, which shall be punished with imprisonment, fine, or both. Therefore, the case may be first heard in the magistrate and be transferred to the Session Court according to the jurisdiction of Session Court by referring to the Subordinate Court Act 1948. By applying Section 125 of the CPC, the Kuala Lumpur Session Court is the proper court for trial in this case because the offence is continuing and being committed in multiple local areas, i.e. Melaka and also Selangor. Besides, in terms of the rule against misjoinder, Section 170 of the CPC allows the offence to be tried in one single trial. According to the law, a charge may be tried in a single trial if the crime was committed by many persons in the same transaction. And referring to the case, Aidimas, Burhan Aja and also Chikodin were prosecuted jointly with voluntarily causing hurt since it was unclear who committed the act. As a result, they might all be prosecuted and tried jointly for the crime of causing hurt to Jessica. And finally, the charge must also include any specifics and particulars of the offence. According to Section 153 of the CPC, the law demands particular of such crimes such as time, place, and also persons in order for the accused to notice on the subject with which he is charged. And in this case, the date, 25 April 2022, around 8:50 p.m. and location Kajang in the state of Selangor of the alleged offence are clearly stated. Other than that, Section 34 of the Penal Code is also included in the charge, which stated that if two or more individuals commit a crime jointly, each of them is liable for the offence as if they committed it alone. Next, we shall move to the next charge, which is rape. The offence of rape may be tried in session court as the punishment provided under Section 376 of the Penal Code is imprisonment and also whipping, and not death penalty. Therefore, Section 63 of the Subordinate Court Act 1948 applies that session court shall have the jurisdiction to hear such offence. However, the case may also be tried in magistrate and will be transferred to the session court in accordance with Section 177 of the CPC. Therefore, the commencement of the criminal charge shall begin at the magistrate court, and the offence of rape may be tried in the session court. Other than that, by applying Section 125 of the CPC, the Kuala Lumpur Session Court is the proper court for trial in this case because the offence is continuing and being committed in multiple local areas, which is Melaka and also Selangor. Next, on the issue of rule against misjoinder, Section 170 of the CPC applies when Aidimas, Burhan Aja and also Chikodin were charged for rape jointly due to the uncertainty on who committed such offence. Therefore, all of them may be charged and tried together for the offence of rape. And finally, Section 153 of the CPC, the law requires particulars of such offence such as time, place and also person in order for the accused to notice on the matter with which he is charged. And in this case, it is clearly stated on date 25 April 2022 and also place Kajang in the state of Selangor of such offence that may be committed. And the charge also includes Section 34 of the Penal Code, which explains that if two or more people commit a crime together, each of them is responsible for the crime as if they had committed it alone.